Wilson. It's Week 8 of the NFL on EA Sports.
This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And his first look is incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
It's a gain of 8.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
26-yard line.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And it's 3rd down.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, gone. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
20. 1st down, Vikings.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones.
Ronald Jones.
Haven't been a defense coordinator yet. The thing's 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job holding to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on 1st down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
A gain of 5.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
13 yards.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
And goal at the 5-yard line.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Picking up where they left off before the open week that they had last week as they won going into that, and no signs of being stale.
No, and that's really big for them because there's a trust factor that goes into this, because what often happens, if you win the game before your open week, you should get more time off. But if you win the game before the open week, get more time off, and don't play well the next time out, that goes away. So they're making a statement that they like that time off.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 48.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Play action now. Bridgewater. Sideline throw, that's caught. Amari Cooper. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
4 yards on the...
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Amari Cooper, the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Brings up
keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
First and 10 at their own.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. A shotgun snap for Goff. Man open, that's Robert Foster, complete. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Vikings. Robert Foster, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
Aldrich Rosa set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Officially, no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard pickup makes it.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Over the middle here, it's Hilton.
Bridgewater's
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
It's
one of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
by the wide receiver, Harrison Smith.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
Vikings.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
The ball carrier.
Tackle made there by Jonathan Cyprien.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the gun, here's Goff. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Vikings.
Odell Beckham.
Odell Beckham, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Aldrich Rosa set to kick off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And we see James. He will now return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1, and that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
That catch good for only a couple. The clock rolls as the Packers look to hurry things up. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. Looking deep for Hilton, and that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
He goes right back the way of Hilton. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. And again, it's Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
That was earning a first down the hard way. You want your quarterback to be a scrapper, but you also want to keep him upright. He paid for that first down by taking a big-time hit.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Touchdown, Packers! T.Y. Hilton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers get a score closer.
For the extra point.
Until that late score here in the second quarter, they only had the field goal, so that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half, but when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as the head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Scott on the return. The Vikings take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. Now Goff. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's, well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
The tackle made at the 47.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace it.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
The ball carrier taken down at the 43.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. That's Aguilar with it on the jet sweep. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's taken down inside the 30. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
No gain on the play.
He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Goff. And a pass will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Goff now looking to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The throw there finding its way to Boyle. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Again, this is Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Bridgewater now from the 50. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there. Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Here now, time to discuss Odell Beckham Jr. creeping up on 1,000. Could get there on this drive, so a challenge for him to do that, but also defensively, maybe a challenge for them to not allow that.
And that means probably kicking even more coverages to his side. And what that really means is wherever he lines up, you will have a cornerback over in his area. Now, instead of blitzing your linebacker, drop him into coverage. Instead of the safety dropping into regular coverage. That safety moves into that area to try and discourage the quarterback from going to him. That means everyone else, win your routes. You've got an opportunity to catch passes now, too.
A little bit of a cat-and-mouse game. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings on 3rd down. Can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. Gone. He finds Beckham complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 25 yards that time. He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Throwing quickly, this is caught by Kirk. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Complete to Christian Kirk. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd down at the 41-yard line.
2nd and 14. To throw is gone. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They haven't been stopped yet. A perfect 7 for 7. This is 3rd and 14. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 41-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. To the air again. Gone. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of
that 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. third down, Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
Bridgewater to throw for it on fourth. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Dillon, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the gun, it's Dillon. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situation.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Getting set to go here, Teddy Bridgewater and company marches back onto the field. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? So he's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. This one caught left side by Cooper. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. First down, Bridgewater. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
They'll take over
for this defense, CD. That's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exactly.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
At their 48-yard line.
They'll go again to Jones. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
3-yard pickup. And it's third down.
On third down, here's Dillon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
It's now fourth down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. They're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
Their own 5-yard.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there. A gain of 14 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 now down inside the 20. From the gun, Bridgewater. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
And incomplete. Brings up second and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead will swell by one more. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And we see James. He will now return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the